I feel that Singaporeans can be motivated and hungry to work, but they can't compete with workers from other countries because what keeps these workers going is more than just hunger. Let me explain. Hi, I'm Dr. Asher. I work in a clinic in Woodlands, so I see a lot of foreign worker patients. Just recently, I saw this young lady who came in for anemia or low blood count. It was so bad that she was getting headaches and chest pain because her heart and brain were not getting enough oxygen or red blood cells. She was literally bleeding to death slowly. She couldn't go to the hospital because firstly, Singapore hospitals are expensive. But secondly, she couldn't get time off work to visit the hospital in her hometown. And she couldn't resign because she was so afraid that the company that she was working for, a big company, would blacklist her or badmouth her to other companies and affect her employment in Singapore on a permanent basis. So what kept her working wasn't just hunger, it was a lack of options, lack of knowledge about her options. And she isn't the only one. If it was a Singaporean, we would have better understanding of our options, we would have more options and education. We would prioritize our health over a job. But should that make Singaporeans less employable? And she isn't the only case. Every day I see patients who come in for shoulder, back injuries. They can't even take light duty off work because there's no light duty version of their work. And they couldn't take MC because their salary was structured in a way that if you took MC, you would lose out on your incentive and therefore your compensation. What kept them going wasn't just hunger, it was a need for money, it was a financial need, lack of options, and desperation. Again, I had a Bangladeshi construction worker who was recently diagnosed with diabetes. He literally just walked out of clinic because once he heard that he needed follow-ups to take chronic medication, take time off work to come to clinic, it was so incompatible with his job that he just left before we could stop him. What keeps him going? It's also a lack of options. So when Mrs. Lee, the recruiter, talks about how Singaporean workers are losing jobs to workers who are more hungry, sometimes hunger isn't the only thing there. It's also exploitation, a lack of options, inequality of information. I feel that Singaporeans shouldn't be expected to lower our expectations, but instead we should try to raise the level of the work environment to benefit everyone involved.